Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infinite Integration. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jacqueline Richards.
Good day, everyone.
It's quite a day today. We have a super full moon today, and that is affecting the energy. We also have had three quite strong solar flares. We had 2 X class and 1 high M class in the last 24 hours. So I think people might be feeling it. So if you are one of those people, please know, you're not alone.
Yep, come on in, because it's always safe to come out and say, yeah, I'm feeling something I didn't expect. It's been that kind of day. It's been that kind of week. It's been that kind of month. It's not. Don't be fearful to say I'm feeling that way. Oh, here. Let's expand. Let's just expand.
Just expand. We'll be expansive. Infinite, even.
Integration, even.
Yes, we're going to integrate it all.
Oh, we so are.
Just to be a little corny. So, yeah. So, today we're talking about a money wound. So, what are we going to do with that? So when we hear the phrase money wound, like, what does that mean to you when we say money wound?
Oh, I know. Here's hoping that people have thought wound, that W word. It's could be blood. It could be scabs. It could be the pain that you feel when you lift your shoulders, take them back, drop them down. Wound could mean so much to so many. For me, talking about a money wound, it is, I didn't think it was a challenge. But then as I think back in my DNA, when I was a little girl, I was tasked to go and get my mother. At the time, she was smoking cigarettes, and I was tasked to go and get her cigarettes. And I thought, what a big girl I am. I was 5, and I got to go to the corner store by myself to go grab her cigarettes. I think she was smoking whatever she was smoking. And they didn't ask me how old I was. It was clear how old I was. Should I have been picking up, buying cigarettes for my mom at that moment in time? Now I can say no, but then it was just a given. Of course it's okay, because it's safe.
Things change, right?
And as I did that, I thought, well, it's not like chewing bubble gum. I can chew bubble gum, but I can't smoke cigarettes. I can eat chocolates, and I can't do that. I can do this, and I can't do that. I can do this, and I can't do that. It had me think, why am I doing something that I'm not allowed to do? Mm-hmm. Why am I spending? No, it's not my money. It's not my money. It's not my money to buy gum and the chocolates that I would love. It's not my money. It's not my money. And that's where it began. It wasn't my money.
Right. So you were not taking ownership of money. You didn't think that you had money.
It was the idea of knowing that you had to go and work for the money. I'm in school. I can't work for that money. I do chores at home. Sure, maybe I get a nickel. We called it a nickel then. Maybe I get a nickel. Maybe I don't if I didn't do all my chores.
Right. Yes.
But a nickel's not going to get that 25-cent chocolate bar. It was the Wonder Bar, in case anyone wonders. It had peanut butter and chocolate. The Wonder Bar, it was so good. And every once in a while, we would have gifts from family members, and maybe sometimes from mom. Thank you for doing what you've done. I think you were always looking at that Wonder Bar. So that you don't steal it, why don't I buy it and offer it to you? Right. I think she was reading my mind, because I was alone. I was alone at the corner store. Did I have enough pockets where I might be able to stow that Wonder Bar? I might. And I had to decide I wouldn't, because that would be, wait, wrong. Now I can say legal.
Yeah, illegal. Yeah.
At 5, I don't know if I was able to have that roll out of my lips. So in my DNA, it meant that it was going to be really difficult to get what I wanted.
Right.
And if I had to wait for someone to give it to me, then I was at someone else's, God love my mom, beck and call.
Right. Deep wounding. Right.
But aren't we in that situation sometimes?
Often, right?
I went out there and I said I was at someone's beck and call. Some of us work for corporations where we have tasks for someone else. And that's the way it goes. And if you do the tasks well, you will be paid for the tasks you've completed.
Yeah.
And that was that little 4-year-old task to be completed. I had to work real hard. We all do.
Yeah.
Is that a wound, though? Is that a wound?
Well, I think perspective plays a role in that, right? What your perspective of it. How do you see it? Do you see it as a negative? Do you see it as a positive? Because that's where wounding comes in. If we see it as something that's negative, or we experience negative emotions around it when it was happening, then we would possibly call that a wound. Or if you have stuff that still comes with you, even though the situation has changed, then that's a wound that you're hanging on to, a money wound.
Exactly.
Right?
I will tell you, Wonder Bar will never look the same. Knowing that, well, 2 things, Tanys, 2 things, they won't look the same. I look at it now, and as a more than 4-year-old, that was sweet. And it wasn't technically good for me. Like an apple would have been great for me. A banana would have been great for me. Water would have been great for me. That Wonder Bar, why was that Wonder Bar just so exciting for me to have? Now I can also say to you, they changed the ingredients in the Wonder Bar and it doesn't taste the same. Or is that the 4-year-old no longer 4 years old? Maybe it's not as amazing as it was before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And I think, shame and fear all play into this sort of scarcity thing too, right? Because I think part of that was like, it tasted really good because you couldn't have it. And so it was like a scarcity thing, right? And then you were fearful about spending your money on it. So then you ended up with your mom buying it for you, sort of thing, right? So how do you think that fear, shame, and scarcity show up in our lives? Not just financially, but like emotionally and spiritually too. Like we have that sort of, the what ifs go through our mind, right? How are we going to pay the bill this month? And how does that, do you think that's helpful for us to sit in?
It is in so many ways what we've all known all our lives about that shame and scarcity. And I was just about to say poverty. People know that word. Is that a word that makes you smile? Poverty? No. But what would we want to do? Wouldn't we want to shift and change that and say, actually, that's prosperity, not poverty?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? Exactly. Why wouldn't we shift and change it? And how can we shift and change it? And, I'm back to the wound. I'm like, wow. So many humans have done so many things based on poverty and based on shame that has not followed them through their lives well. Yeah. It is people who talk to you don't talk to you. And it's that mantra, rich people have a lot of money and they're not very nice.
Hmm.
To have more money just makes you evil. And there's so many of those phrases based on fear and shame and scarcity.
Yeah.
Um,
That's all fear, though, right? Because when you're putting somebody else down, you have a fear.
Absolutely. It's interesting. Tanys, all of a sudden, um, oh my gosh, the gentleman's name with one leg, uh, Terry Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So was money a wound for him? He needed medication. He needed help. He needed assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Was money a wound for him?
He went out and created his own, right?
Well, I think, for him, and this is me speaking on this side of the fence, a wound would be someone who said to him or me, "You can't do it. That is wrong. You will not survive. I know you keep saying that you want to have people understand that they can make miracles happen."
Yeah.
And me running with one leg with this cancer, I'm going to show them that it can be done.
Yeah.
That a wound would be he can't do it.
Right.
A wound would be maybe his family would say, "No, sit back down. Sit in your chair." That's a wound to hear, to feel, to experience. And if he had all the money in the world, would that have made a difference in what his managing his magic would be?
I don't know. Would it? What do you think?
I think some people would call that pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people might think, might consider a way of healing, not just for him, but for us, that individual, our community. Couldn't that be a way of looking about healing the wounds where we think we can't do it, instead of realizing there are so many out there who don't mind a hand out? Why don't you take my hand? Why don't you hug me? I can hold you. Get on my back. I will step you forward.
Mm-hmm.
Those are long steps. And it depends on how you think the weather in your system is. It's too cold, it's too hot, it's raining, it's pouring. It is too difficult to take those steps. My knees aren't liking that.
Which is that mindset, right?
Yeah.
Being in that positive mindset. I mean, yes, obviously, if we have sore knees, it can impede that, but it's also about how we go about creating an environment where we can feel enabled with that.
Enabled.
Mm-hmm.
Enabled. Enable us, me, you, to feel that all can be done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wake up thinking. I get to be strong. I am well. I am happy. I am healthy.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, we've been doing a lot of work together, and she texted me and said, "I'm not feeling really well, and so I'm staying home." And here it is. Why not say, "Good for you"?
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledging. Why not accept that spirit? Because life can be hard. Ooh, that's an H word.
It's
Health,
also a
hard.
word. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, when we go forward, we're also dealing with some ancestral patterns that we might have, right? And when we look at that, we're like often dealing with our parents, their blocks, because we pick up language from our parents. There's all that socialization around when we were little, right? Like your mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she have those kind of money blocks? Are those things that we need to work through? Because often we have, programs in our mind about that, and they might be very subconscious. There might not even be something we are consciously aware of, but they could still be there. So working on ancestral healing about that as well, right?
Thank you for saying that, Tanys. When you say ancestral and DNA, and where did that come from? So me and my Wonder Bar, and I don't know. I don't know if my daughter thought that way when we would go out and play, and we would go out to the stores, and she'd see the things she liked. Like might she have been thinking other people have bowls of, for me, Wonder Bars just sitting in their kitchen. Why do they have bowls of Wonder Bars and I don't? And then there's my mom. Was she always looking for something that would build wealth, which would build her financial circumstances? And then her mom, my great grandmother, were they looking for it? I will say to you that ancestral in my tribe, we needed to make sure that our families were taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
that roofs were over our heads, and that food was always on our plates. And sometimes it didn't matter how that food got there, because when people show up at your door and say, hey, would you like this? You're going to say yes or no.
Yes,
Someone put it, exactly, someone from their garden, or that's finances that someone's offering to you. And could that be the fear of shame? What will they think if I take it? Oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Is that what they're thinking about me?
Well, it's that question of why are they giving it to me?
Yeah.
Do they think I'm not good enough and that's why I need it? And then there's a lot of shame around that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes people do it because they just want to be kind too.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a gift, for the people giving.
Yeah.
Giving can be a gift for them because it helps them to feel good too. Doesn't it feel better when you do that?
Absolutely. Like I said with Terry Fox, people helped, and often it puts them in a beautiful, heartful space. Let me do what other people can't do for you.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at when people stand up and speak their truth, good or bad. I can't afford that, and I am going to make arrangements in my life to take those steps. I do vision boards, right? I'm going to find a way to take those steps spiritually until I have it physically. I know in my history, we did a lot of visualizing to get where we needed to get to. We're not there yet, but in my mind, I am there. I am loving the shoes I wear.
Yeah.
And here it is. My great grandmother, and I'm talking about shoes. I think about dresses. She was a seamstress, one of the best seamstresses in her village. And when people wanted that look, they came to her. Because she always had that look. Did she have a lot of money for that? Did a lot of currency flow into her bank account? She worked very hard offering people what she had. And that was making them feel like princes and kings and princesses and queens.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. You don't have to have a lot of money to take care of yourself and be like have that self-worth, to take care of yourself. And that's often where people struggle, I think. They get down on themselves and then it creates a bigger issue. And self-worth, it does come down to self-worth often, right? Even the money. Am I worthy of having the money?
Yeah.
Am I enough?
Yeah.
Am I worth somebody paying me? There's one.
Yeah. Am I doing what I love? Side note, I have sometimes seen people who are incredibly emotional at the ATM machine, taking out money. And you see them approaching slowly, the ATM machine, and you can read what's going on. I'm going to the machine and I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah. They're hoping there's enough there for them.
Yeah. They're hoping they didn't make a mistake in their calculation.
Right.
They're hoping that they can save who they need to save. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, save is another 4-letter word.
True. And I think so. That brings to mind something I often have to remind myself of, like support, not save. And so,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is that a money shift that I need to make? Because save versus savings. Am I telling myself not to save by saying that? That's interesting. I'm gonna have to feel into that a little bit. Although I think savings, supporting is still could still be seen as money, but I'm always talking about that just because of, when I'm teaching new healers, we don't want them to go in thinking they're going to save somebody, because we're all responsible for our own actions and reactions. We're not responsible for them, and they have to play a role. But it's interesting to think about whether there's something with that.
Yeah. I love I love my S words, saving. I really do. And supporting. I really do. Sustenance. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And all of it. And it's that other S word is self.
Yeah.
And I love that, self-worth. Wow. The more money you have, the more self-worth you have. You experience, you witness.
I would say that's a no. I've seen some people with a lot of money that don't really like themselves very much. Or they're not very, they're still in fear about money. So I think it really depends on that self-worth piece. Yeah.
It's interesting. We see celebrities, we see sports, we see it in actors, we see it in CEOs of large corporations, and then we see it in our neighbors, that sense of self-worth. Ultimately, it doesn't matter how much money you have. What really matters is how you'll allow yourself to forgive your family lineage, or yourself, and yourself, in addition to yourself.
And how do you want to think about it? Right?
Yeah.
Does it help you to think about it with fear, or does it help you to think about it with hope and gratitude for what you do have? And so I think that plays a role in it. I think when we get really stressed about money, and we almost block ourselves from it, because of course money or abundance is a very high vibrational kind of feeling. And well, not money, but the abundance piece, right? So feeling abundant is a higher vibration. And then if we get caught in the fear, it kind of brings that down, right? So if you've got this like attracts like in money, being in a lower vibration of fear, which is one of the lowest, is difficult to attract the money and bring that forward. So but it's not easy.
No.
Not easy for everybody to do that switch, but
so having a conversation, I guess we've been having a lot of these conversations because of this Groovy podcast. People are asking, I don't understand how money could be magical, because I often say, you know what, use your money magic. Use your money magic. Click, click. Believe it. See it. And money magic, what you talk about and say about yourself will always follow you.
Yeah.
It took me a long
Oh,
time to figure that one out until I couldn't figure out who these, I want to say demons, who this shadows saying the same thing I'd said to myself over and over again. While people who love me, are passionate with me, would wonder who would ever say that to you.
yeah. Aren't we our own worst enemy
Yeah.
when it comes to that stuff? Those self-defeating conversations that we have with ourselves. I can't believe you didn't do that,
Absolutely.
or I can't believe you did that. Yes.
I'm laughing because I think I said that about a half hour ago. But that's okay.
We've all done it. It's
I
part of
took
being
care
human.
of it.
It's part of being human, right?
Yeah.
Is that we go through these stages in our frequency, in our lifespan, and we have to learn as we go how we want to come forward. How do we want to be? How do we want to show up? That's what I want to say. How do we want to show up in the world? Right?
When
and we
we're
don't always
talking
have an answer.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I just about to give a presentation in 2 weeks about bankruptcy and credit proposals. Okay. So both of those terms mean that there was a currency situation in play.
Yeah.
Not an easy thing to go through, because now you have to recognize, and now you're witnessing what needs to occur. You're still that beautiful human who have come into a place of not
Perhaps
wanting to see
difficulty.
the reality.
Yeah.
What's that?
Denial. Kind of denial, right?
Oh my goodness. Absolutely denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not just a day or two.
Yeah.
It's a year or two or 3 or 4. While we talk about what the next steps will be, the question is, where are you now? And what are you saying to yourself right now? There are choices to be made. And I am always thinking, be grateful that you're here to find a way to make a decision.
Yeah.
You need to absolutely, I love this, reprogram it. There's a reason why you got to that place where we're talking about a credit proposal. You want to give back what you lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's the intent of a credit proposal. Give back what you lost. Having a conversation and finding ways.
Well, and I think when we get to that point, I think it's important for people to remember to give themselves grace.
Absolutely.
Right? Forgiveness. Give yourself grace over it. And then know that this is where we are. Like, it's that reality check thing that you just were talking about, right? Let's do a reality check. This is where we are. How can we get from here to here in action? Right? There's a few steps, like there's a few things involved. There's your frequency and stepping into a better frequency. There's reprogramming those thoughts that we bring to the table around money, around where you're at, around all of that stuff, your worthiness and how valued you feel. Mm-hmm. And then there's also the doing. What are we going to do about it? Because we can't just, I mean, I would love it if we could just change our frequency and have it happen, but there's always a step or two that we have to do, right? The frequency supports our energy towards, but the universe needs us to take a step in the direction that we want to go, right? And so I don't like to be I am usually very all about the frequency and bringing in frequency, and that's going to help change. And absolutely, it does help change. But I'm also, we have to put in the work too, right? It's not like, so it's not like if you don't have a job, you can just sit at home and change your frequency. I mean, we have to actually look for one. But what this frequency will do will help the process go along much faster.
Yeah.
Right?
It's I appreciate when you talk about frequency. That's what we'd be looking at in that space, knowing that you have some choices to make, I'll say some battles to fight, some conversations to exchange, and imagine you're surrounded in that frequency, that light.
Yeah.
Not perhaps, every morning, every night, I am strong, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And being kind to yourself, using those statements instead of the other ones that we all know could be said. We shan't. We shan't. We will write beautiful things about ourselves. We will. I'm just looking at see, when I look at this is my logo. This is a Wealthy Yogini. And this is about my mastermind group. I look at that every day, remembering that I'm not alone and there's people who want support. So when I speak to credit proposals and bankruptcies, and then we've got relationship woes, and we know about life, we live, and then sometimes we don't. So why not take a moment and be surrounded by things that uplift you, by that frequency?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we might as well take proactive action. And whether that's doing the steps that we need to do with the credit proposal, whether it's, working on ourselves as well in that time, doing the self-work so that we do feel valued and we do feel worthy of that money. All of those things help to add to it, right? They help you to move forward. So I think that, and I say that about the universe, and I'm going to be candid here because I think that there are times when spirit will just give you what you need. I do believe that if you're in a bind, spirit is going to give you what you need. They're not necessarily going to give you what you want.
Right.
And I think that's the difference. And you were talking earlier about how somebody brings you a meal. Well, spirit might bring you a meal so that you can get through the day, but they're not necessarily going to give you the $1 million. You know what I mean? So spirit will always give you what you need, but not necessarily what you're wanting or what you expect. And so I think that's the important part. But if we can trust in we will have what we need, then I think that helps with the mindset a little bit. It helps to take us out of fear. We have a friend who wanted to take a course and she didn't have any money, but she signed up anyway. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to get the money, but I'm going to do it anyway. And she signed up. And just before the course, she was cleaning out a closet or something, and she found a box, and she opened it up, and there was the exact amount of money to pay for the course. So, I mean, when you're on the right track, she definitely needed to take the course. So spirit was like, yeah, okay, we'll give you that because you need that, right? You don't just want it. It is part of your mission. Right. So we're going to give that to you, because
100%, 100%. I love that because whatever she's going to receive at the course, she's going to send it forward.
Exactly.
Wow. I like that story, I have to say. And it's about planting the seeds too. When people are going through those experiences, there's ways to plant the seeds, to find where you want to go, to climb that tree, to have those, the essence that you require. And it's about asking you to now come into yourself and ask, how will I make that happen? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden the seeds show up. All of a sudden the seeds, they're here.
Yeah.
Accept them, plant them, water them.
Yeah. I think that's what for me, in my experience, I would say that is kind of what happens. I would have so I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing some self work, for instance, right? Chiropractic, like body stuff or whatever. And so I'm like, I don't know what I need, but I know I need something around my body and healing emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm offered the opportunity to do a share with someone who does that work. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the money to pay for it, but I was given the means to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
In your
That's
mind, you did plant that seed.
I did.
You
I
did.
planted the seed.
You
I'm like,
absolutely.
okay. I just was
Yeah.
like, all right, what do I need for this? Because I don't know what I need. I know I
Yeah.
need to do something. So show me what I need to do.
Yeah.
And so that was a good example of one as well.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. So I think we have a light code activation for people.
Oh, goody.
Before we do that, actually, I want to talk a little bit about the chakra system and how that plays into this, because I think
Okay.
there's a lot about the root chakra and really
Mm-hmm.
feeling stable and secure and grounded
Yeah.
that can play into this. So, what would you say to people? What kind of things would you have them work on around that to help release some of the energy related to it?
And it's interesting. I'm wearing the color red, which is the color for the Mulandar, the grounding in the chakra. In that space, I'm so glad we're talking about that. So the essence, the kind of the definition of that space is about purpose. It is about purpose. And when we take that breath, I always say, take a breath, lift the shoulders, take them back, drop them down, and understand. As you, I always say it, I do. Because when I do that, and I do it often because it makes me feel so much better. I was able to take a breath that energizes my system,
Mm-hmm.
and it energizes the things I'm looking forward to doing. So when you decide to truly step into being grounded, meditate, stop, think, write. I meditate when I write about what my day will be like today. So first thing in the morning, if you haven't done it, if you didn't do it the night before, make sure you get out your journal. How did you sleep? What did you dream? What are you looking forward to doing today? What will your 5 accomplishments be?
Mm-hmm.
I say that often. For me, that's a beautiful grounding. Then, after I've written in my journal, I will get up and I will do a sun salutation. That's right. I stand up and just standing in that first stance, the mountain pose,
Very
that's
grounded.
me being grounded. Exactly. The energy from the soles of the feet through to the floor, allowing the head to rise. That's the teaching. That's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That's a student, because we're all students.
For us too.
And allow that energy. Yeah, exactly. Allow the energy to move down in front and around. When we get grounded, we're okay to hug ourselves. We're okay to hug a tree. I love that. Hugging a tree. I did it. It doesn't matter how cold it is, how warm it is. Hug a tree. You could hug a stranger. Remember I told
I'd
you
ask their
about,
permission first.
yeah. But then there's me. No, here's me. You look like you need a hug. Do you want it? Yeah. It's grounding is such a beautiful cup of tea. Such a beautiful cup of tea.
Yeah. We have some awesome listeners on too. Just a quick hello to Milani and to Sue Toffee and also to Leah. So thank you for joining us all of you. I think we've had lots in and out as well. So these are the ones that I've seen here at the moment. Sorry, I like to say hello to people.
Which is great. So now I'm going to ask them the question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite tea? That's not what we're going to do, but what's their favorite tea? if
your
they're still
favorite tea?
there, for me, it
Yeah.
is a good night tea, and I forgot the company that makes it, but I've been sipping on good night tea for decades. I
Mm-hmm.
love it, hot or cold. So even though it's a good night tea, sometimes it's a fantastic good morning tea. It has all of those essence that light my system up. Love it.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. I'm a peppermint fan.
Uh,
I like my peppermint tea.
you
I
like
think
peppermint oil too.
I do. Yeah. I mean, all of those are very good. They're very like alive. They make me feel alive. They give me a
Yeah,
little boost if I need it.
yeah.
So I would say those are mine. What have we got here? Nope, nobody's responded to that yet, but that's okay. Is there
There's
a
lots.
mudra for abundance that you're aware of?
I. It is so easy. So it is just two words. Just two words. So in my meditation, as we all know, when I meditate, I take that beautiful breath. My heart moves forward. I inhale through the nose, and the sacred sound Om arrives,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Om. The the mantra is I am.
I am.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am. So as you're walking, talking to yourself, I am a profound individual. I am a teacher with self worth and creating abundance. I am. I am is that mantra that I hope many will use on an ongoing basis. And
Mm-hmm.
even if you do not complete it with anything other than that exhalation, I am is a powerful statement because we are spirit. We are beings who are above and beyond.
Mm-hmm. We are definitely multidimensional. So we have one response here: Yogi, sweet tangerine.
Oh, that
Yogi's probably the brand
sounds
name.
good.
Sweet tangerine. Yep. That would be yummy.
Yeah.
So make your tea
Hot or
into,
cold?
well, either would be good. Yeah. Make your tea, having tea into a ceremony. Stir
Yeah.
love into that tea, right? So that when you drink your tea, you're
Mm.
drinking self love. It's a beautiful way to start your day.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
I
we go ahead. Mhm.
Oh, I was going to ask that question because we have that beautiful full moon, and we know we take our
Mhm.
water out and have it blessed by the moon, right?
Indeed.
So, would I want to make tea with my blessed water?
Mhm. You could. You could.
Just,
It might change the. I've never tried that. It might change the energy of it a bit.
yeah,
Heating it. You know what I mean? I
exactly.
think it would still be
So, and
blessed, but would it increase or decrease? I'm not sure.
exactly because you increase the heat in it. I don't know. Maybe
Theoretically, it
someone will
should
answer that
increase it.
question.
Theoretically, it should increase
Okay.
because as you raise the vibration of something, like as you increase the heat, you're increasing the vibration
Yeah.
within something, right? Yeah.
I love that question. I love
Yeah.
it.
Nilani says, I make it hot, but sometimes finish it cold. We're always busy doing other things, right? So we end up
and,
having it
and
cold.
isn't and isn't that love of it? You had
Mm-hmm.
it when it was hot, and then you allowed it to be there for you. You allowed it to be there for you.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
So I have a light code activation,
Yes, thank you.
basically a mantra for us to move forward. And you'll find it below.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to do it with everyone. I just want you to close your eyes and I want you to take 3 big deep breaths. And like Jacqueline says, put our shoulders up, take them back,
Take that, drop them down.
drop them down. 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just repeat after me, please. I release all fear and shame around receiving.
I release all fear and shame around receiving.
I open my heart to the flow of divine abundance.
I open my heart, divine abundance.
And allow prosperity to love me back.
And allow prosperity to love me back.
Now visualize emerald green and golden light moving through your energy field, clearing past wounds and restoring worthiness. And we can say it again. I release all fear and shame around receiving.
I release all fear and shame around receiving.
I open my heart to the flow of divine abundance.
I open my heart to the flow of divine abundance.
And I allow prosperity to love me back.
And I allow prosperity to love me back.
So be it, and so it is.
So be it, and so it is.
So feel into that. Take that with you on your journey now. And we shall definitely be back. Next week, we may have an interruption. We're going to see whether we can take care of that.
Okay.
If not, we will be back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Same place, same channels. And we will see you all very soon. Final thought, Jack?
I want to have people consider truly taking that long, deep breath and tapping. I loved what you were doing and what you were saying. So perhaps we could next time tap with palms together, thumbs to heart, and believe in you all the time. Because you are, I am, we can be. Namaste.
We are all worthy. Have a great week, everyone.